Right then, this is for you who have recently found a use for your cock, you that want to go out and get a blowjob, or if you're new to having a cock and you've just gone out and bought one, this might be some advice to you as well. Basically, this is advice to getting a second blowjob, okay? But it would also work for the first. The reason I say second, because if you don't get the first one right, the chances of you getting a second one from the same person are very slim. Now, probably not the most talked about subject, but here's the thing. Before you even approach the subject, hygiene is everything. Just remember this. If something smells bad, would you eat it? No. Okay, not that hopefully this person's going to eat your cock. However, you do want it rather clean and all the other surrounding areas as well. My advice would be, especially in this modern world, try not to have a jungle down there. You know what? Tidy the lawn a bit. You know what I mean? Trim back. Try and make the ugliest piece of your body look as aesthetically pleasing to the opposition as you possibly can. This might help. Now, assuming that everything is pine fresh and as it should be, and that there's no creepy crawlies there, you don't want them, and that you also haven't got any STDs, quite important, or any other malady. So everything, the kit is as it's intended. And you've managed to persuade a female by some means, i.e. you have charmed her, into going down. Marvellous, ideal. Obviously you want this experience to be as pleasurable for her as possible. Suggesting that you would actually want to get a second one, obviously you would. Few things you need to do. The moment that she takes control of the cock, assuming it's a she is in charge. That is it now. Leave the fucking thing alone. She is the boss of this. Because this is actually what women like. They like to be in control of that girt lump in front of them and know that he is now putty in their hands. This is what I'm told anyway. Secondly, have you ever stuck your finger down your throat? You get to a certain point and you gag. Yeah? Well, it's the same with a woman. This is important. I know you want to get as much of that manhood of yours into her mouth as is physically possible, but there are only a few women on this planet with no gag reflex. If you find one, treasure her. However, that being said, there is only so much of what you have, unless you're hung like a wasp, and if you are, commiserations. But suggesting that you do have a fair size of meat down there, there's only so much that's going to go in her mouth. Sorry, that's the reality of it. Also, shoving her head onto it. They hate that. Seriously, they do. Leave the fucking head alone. Let her do what she's got to do. Oh, and don't be a smart ass and think I haven't got hold of her head, but I'm going to try and thrust at her head. That's equally a no, by the way. This won't get you a return service. All right? She's going to think, what a prick. I didn't enjoy that at all. Now, usually before you commence the deal, you go ahead. There is a sort of untold agreement that you will let her know at the moment, or very close to the moment, I should say, that you're about to finish. Because not every woman wants to have that in her mouth. We're all different. And you must hold up your end of the deal. Don't think I'm going to give it a sneaky one and throw me custard down her throat, because generally that's being a touch bad-mannered. There are women who actually love the taste of it. This is very good. But if you have one of these that's slightly put off by Harry Monk, then you have to be honest, because if you want a second go, there it is. Disappointing, I know, but nevertheless, a sneaky load. There's nothing worse, because she might end up being sick, and if she's got a sense of humour, she might puke up upon you, which could lead to other troubles, and then the breakup of a relationship that did hold some hope. So yeah, my advice to you would be this. Be honest, be clean, leave her the fuck alone until she's commenced, and thank her for it. But not in, don't give her money, because that's obviously not on. And that's about it, really. Don't make it a seedy affair. And also, here's the other thing. Weather permitting. If she's made the effort to do that to you, you might want to return the serve and do the same to her. This also, many of these same rules that I've explained to you go the same the other way. If she's trying to force your head into her personal space, there's every chance you might hurt your nose, stop breathing. Yeah. But anyway, there it is. And obviously she'd want to be pine fresh and not on the monthly, because that's a whole different kind of yuck. Well, unless you're into that shit, you kinky fuck. But there you go. That's my basic advice for getting a blowjob and not putting her off giving you another one. If you let her control the whole situation and you hold up your end of the bargain and let her know that when you're going to, and don't try and force it right down her head at that point, you should be good for another. Seriously. Take my advice on this one. And yeah, there are some women that absolutely love giving it. Brilliant. Winner. Keeper. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, if you're a young lad thinking about going out there for the first time, take the advice. If you haven't been on the scene for a long time, but you're thinking about dipping your toe back into the cesspool that is online dating, and we'll do a video about that one day because that is fucking hateful. Or if you're a woman who's now bought a cock. I don't know how the arrangement works, but you might want to get it, so, if you're recently new to having a cock, welcome to it, and some advice on here might be for you. That's it, really. Now, thank you. I'm going to go back to my day and wish you all the best and good luck in your new endeavours. And let me know in the comments if this helped you out. See you in a bit.